Hey, I'm Lance Taylor with The Next Round. I'm here today with Tanner Allen, owner, CEO of MortgageRight. He's been in the mortgage industry almost 20 years, gained a lot of experience along the way. I know he does an interview for industry publications, but we wanted to do something a little different and discuss some frequently asked questions to give people a little insight about MortgageRight and y'all's success in the industry. I'll just start out. I've known you guys for a long time, but when did MortgageRight actually come about?
Yeah, so 16 plus years ago, myself and two friends who were actually co-workers at the time. And what we started realizing is we were working for a large nationwide lender, and we really just felt like from a service perspective, we could step out in the market and really differentiate ourselves with service and products. And so we made the move at that time, and you know, in a lot of ways, the rest is kind of history. There's a lot of work along the way, but we're very fortunate to be successful growing in this market, and then going from there.
So how did the company get into the business of supporting mortgage loan producers through branching?
Yeah.
Something that I absolutely know nothing about.
During our period, we were growing, getting bigger, and what we saw is we were developing a process, whether it was a process for file flow, for underwriting, all those different pieces that go into it. We had some friends that had worked at other companies that we knew during the time, and specifically a couple of them reached out and said, look, we're doing well in our market. What we've done is we've grown a great referral base. We've got some clients that depend on us, but they didn't have the backside of it built. And they just said, look, is there a way, what if you open an office here and we ran it for you? And that was really, it started almost as a simple conversation. And it allowed us to step into that market and really support them in their growth, support our company, and really grow what we had already done, which is fine-tune a process where, we originated mortgages in our office here, but then in some other markets doing the same thing. That almost gave us the ability to, to kind of perfect a process. And then what turned out as a regional became regional, and then, of course, nationwide now, rolling out to other.
Okay, another specific industry question here. How important is it for a branch manager or high-producing loan originator to partner with the right company? I mean, at the end of the day, this might sound silly, but aren't all companies basically the same?
It is extremely important for a high producer to partner with the right company. They've got relationships. They've got referral partners that mean everything, and they can't trust that to anybody. They've got to make sure they've got a true partner they're working with, where somebody treats their business that it's as important to that company as it is to them as a producer.
Okay, Tanner, let's talk specifics here. Why would a mortgage branch manager join your company? I mean, they've already got their book of business.
The big one really breaks down to money or compensation. And so we survey, we talk to people. There's a lot of little pieces that make that up. One of them, service, reliability, consistency. But the biggest thing breaks down to money. When we're able to provide all those things at a better pace than anybody else and pay someone more money, it seems to make the choice really simple.
I'm Lance Taylor from The Next Round. This is Tanner Allen, owner and CEO of MortgageRight. Getting to know him a little bit about the industry. Yeah. I know you take some heat from competitors over how much MortgageRight pays its producers, and some even speculate it's not true. Is MortgageRight really paying your producers more? And if so, how much more on average would you say you're actually paying those guys?
Yeah, I mean, the simple answer is yes, and any producer that works with us will tell you that. I would say on average probably 75 to 100 basis points more in compensation. So it's not small. In some products it can be a good bit more because the differentiation can be a good bit higher. It really just depends on the terms and the details of it.
That's a big number. I mean, that's not a small difference at all. How is it that you're able to give your producers better rates? Isn't everyone's rate essentially the same, and isn't the income pretty much the same for all companies?
Yeah, so there's not a huge magic trick there. We do more with less. It really breaks down to expenses at a corporate level. We're able to work directly with all of our branch partners, and we don't have a middle manager, a district manager, a regional manager, and so we're cutting a lot of that out. And the other thing is simply we make less and pay them more. It's a simple formula. It's worked for us, and what it does is it breeds the ability to do even more loans, more production, which is a win-win for everybody.
Okay, with that said, where is MortgageRight right now in terms of overall company volume per year?
Okay. Yeah, so we do between $2.5 to $3 billion in production a year. Year over year, that represents about 140% growth. And we love that position. That position means that we're in a spot where we can compete with anybody. We have the resources that we need to compete with big guys, but we still have the ability to know everybody we work with, to deal with them one-on-one, and to make decisions locally instead of having to go around the world to get that done.
Okay, so if you're able to double the volume of other companies with half the amount of loan officers and branches, What are you guys doing at MortgageRight that other companies aren't actually doing?
Well, on the other side, we're recruiting top producers in this field of operations. So we're out searching for and finding the best underwriters, the best closing team, the best back office to help the race car run a little faster and a little better on the front end. And so there's that piece of it. The other thing, it breaks down to a commitment of service. Anybody who comes in, talks with us, at some point during the process, you're going to meet every department head. And what you're going to get from them is a commitment to support you and your business along the way, and that's what it breaks down to. It really rotates and goes through the whole office.
Well, how you get people in the door, it's one thing. How you keep them really tells the true story.
Yeah.
Are you aware that MortgageRight has the lowest LO and branch management turnover in the business?
Yeah, I'm aware because that's something we definitely track. And it goes back to that same thing. It breaks down to service. We're a company that's built for producers by producers. That means that, we all came up in the business originating, producing mortgages, selling loans to clients. And so we're at a spot where we know that consistency matters. We know that what we pay matters. But more than anything else, we know that that commitment to make sure that we support their business the way they support each individual client is what makes the difference.
Tanner Allen, owner, CEO of MortgageRight, joining us here on the Next Round. Lance Taylor from the Next Round. Okay, many CEOs in the mortgage business get blamed for having the ivory tower syndrome, but you guys continually get graded by your branches as being highly in touch with their needs, being in touch with the pulse on the street. How is that possible?
Yeah, the great news is we enjoy it. We enjoy being involved in the business day in, day out. I'm still involved daily in everything that has to do with operations. I have another partner who's fully involved in loan production every day. It's what we do. It's what we know. And that's what rewards us in our job daily. So I love the ivory tower question. It's funny because it's not our setup.
Well, one of the things that I've gotten to know about MortgageRight for decades now is the turnaround time and how efficient you guys are. And last year during the market boom, you guys kept turn times between 24 and 48 hours. Other companies out there were taking up to 2 weeks. How is it you continue to deliver these kind of service levels at a time when everybody else is getting hammered and they can't deliver?
Yeah. The best people, and people not only that are great at what they do, but the people that understand the commitment we have to everybody on our team, they understand that there's not a MortgageRight without the producers on the front lines out working with clients day in, day out. So we know that to get ahead and to keep up what's expected, that those turn times have to be there. The work product has to be there. And another thing, too, that I think it's overlooked sometimes is overstaffing. We make sure we have the staff to handle the process and to make sure we stay at the edge of overstaffed. When you're already behind and a wave hits like that, it's hard to do something about it. So if we stay where we're ready, that's the mode we operate in, and it seems to work really well for us.
Most companies, the philosophy is volume. We're going to hire anybody that will come in.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we hire anybody with a heartbeat? You guys very selective. You don't form partnerships with people that aren't that perfect fit. Do you think you might be missing out on some of that volume and additional profits the way you guys operate at MortgageRight?
In the short run, maybe, but we don't do anything in a short-term play. Our goal is long-term to build those partnerships where we've got partners we can depend on out there in the field working, and then they can depend on us at the corporate office, making sure the day-to-day is handled and things are in control. And so, if we miss out on something short-term, that's fine. Our goal is really to make sure that we're not bringing somebody on that hurts the company as a whole. We want to make sure it's a good fit for them and for us, and it just doesn't work any other way.
Well, in closing, is there anything else you want people to know about your program and about MortgageRight?
Yeah, I think the big thing that people need to know is we're built for high producers by high producers. Now, what that means is that we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We know that if we're talking with someone, they've already got relationships that matter. They've got referral partners that matter. What we want to do is come alongside them and help them improve that, increase that, and make more money along the way, make happier clients along the way, and produce even more business.
Well, I'll just say this in closing on my side, Lance Taylor from the Next Round. We've done business with you guys for decades, and you've closed my last 3 loans. You guys are by far the best in the business, the only one I will ever use. So just wanted to throw that out. Personal testimonial for you. Tanner Allen, owner and CEO of MortgageRight.